Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me for Tea with Kari or Pillow Talk with Reezy. I don't know which one I like more, so we're gonna go with both for now. We are establishing ourselves as one of the YouTubers of America or the entire world. Okay, so let's get into this shade blue look right now with the gray onesie. Anyways, great 30-second introduction. We are here to talk about everything but my color scheme and my outfit right now. We are talking about Insecure Season 4, Episode 4. 4. Let's add in another one, 4, because we like that. Anyways, so things are going. It wasn't, anything like, oh crap, that just happened. Can't believe it. Well, aside from Schoolboy Q dropping out, but the biggest topic to talk about in this episode is yet again Molly's attitude. Like, oh my gosh, girl, get a grip. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. So we're just gonna go out of order. But Molly, listen, you do not want to be that friend. All right, so we already didn't like her attitude and all of that stuff when she took this parking spot. All right, that was the beginning of just knowing that Molly's gonna be out of line all episode, and she's proving to be correct on that one. So the way I'm set up, the way I work, if okay. So when she took the parking spot, car, parking spot, another car. I don't know how to drive into a parking spot like that. That's like the reverse parallel parking. I don't know how to do that. So I have to drive in front of the spot before I back into the spot. So if you see a parking spot and there's a car right there, stopped, that spot is taken. That it's not yours. All right, and that doesn't really have anything to do with the actual episode, or outside of showing that she has an attitude. But I did PSA for everyone, because if you ever catch me in these streets and you try to take my parking spot, we're gonna have a problem. We are gonna have a problem. Anyways, so Molly has just been in a whole mood. So Issa and Molly aren't getting along, or their friendship is a little rocky. And Issa is kind of like the concerned friend, like, oh my gosh, I'm not sure. But Molly, the way she goes about it is just like, oh, there's Issa up to Issa things again. Like, Lawrence asked to talk to Issa outside, okay? It wasn't the reverse, but we know there are little feelings in there somewhere, and I think they're gonna fuck. I think it's gonna happen. So, but for her to just automatically assume, I'm just like, get over yourself. And she's all over the place with what she wants to. It's like, first, other people have other things going on. Like, I don't have time for Issa, but then it's like, oh, well, I mean, I guess her on the phone, like, talking about, oh, what am I saying here? Oh, when Issa called her to ask for the favor, she's like, oh, yes, girl, I need to talk. Like, maybe there's a week between this, but, just like she just wasn't at Tiff's house being all scandalous and just rolling her eyes and throwing shade at Issa for no reason. Like, Issa asked where something was. Molly's like, oh, you weren't here last week when we decided where those go. Like, shut up. Everyone knows I wasn't here, but I'm here now. Hello? Like, Issa has her own stuff going on now. Molly has a lot going on too, but Issa is not used to throwing a block party, having her life together. It's not all together. She's trying to keep it together. So, she's doing what she needs to do. There's no need to be like, oh, hey, when you were here, and assuming that she's trying to get with her ex. It's like, no. Sorry. I feel like I'm going off on tangents. I may have had something with a little bit of ganja reefer in it beforehand. So a little bit of ganja reefer, and now we're drinking wine for the first time in months. So it's just quarantine 2020. We're in it to win it. I'm crossfaded by myself in a blue wig. We've gotten to that point, but we're here. So it's whatever. So we don't like the way that Molly is treating Issa, and then Molly and Asian Bay are having issues in Honeymoon Hill. He's like, you know what, girl, our schedules may not go together, so I don't know, but she wants to work it out with him. So that's them. That's that little sprinkled in. So we'll see. But Molly, just overall, we want to cancel her this season. Oh, and then I wanted to touch in on one thing. Oh, actually, no. Let's go to the scene. So when Derek is talking about his baby girl with Lawrence, he's like, oh, some teenage boy is going to try to finger bang my daughter. And that Issa, that line, ooh, not my lace girl. That line was a little like, like, I know it's a thing. Like, you know, you're just like, oh, yeah, like, my little girl, this is going to happen when she grows up. But, like, I don't know. It was just weird. But the reason why I wanted to talk about that was because he was like, yeah, you know, before Tiff, I was grimy. I did all types of things to other men's daughters. You know, now that I have a daughter, like, all women are somebody's daughter. And it's like, yeah, yes. And thank you, Issa, for writing that in there, because it's like, why do men need to have daughters before they realize they need to do right? You got a mother, don't you? And, you know, that's probably the issue. There, you know, a lot of single mothers or toxic masculinity. And that, I have videos on that. So don't be in these comments, toxic masculinity isn't a thing. I'm assuming if you're watching this review, then you're probably not complaining about people saying toxic masculinity, because you understand what it is, and that, you know, masculinity as it is today is a social construct, and, you know, there are negative aspects to masculinity. That's the toxic part, but masculinity is still a beautiful thing. We love a strong man who is self-aware, can stick up for himself, will protect you like the lady that you are. We love that masculinity. What we don't like is men who neglect their children, neglect the mothers of their children, and don't show up for their responsibilities. Okay, let's get into that. Domestic violence. So don't even do that. But you should not have to have a baby girl in order to be like, you know what, I shouldn't do these grimy things to women. Okay, so fellas, and even ladies, because some of you out here, you know, be dogging your fellow woman. Like, okay, we get it. You're a stud, whatever it may be, but you don't gotta act like a nigga. Damn. The whole 9 yards. Like, it's the same 360 experience. Can barely tell the difference. Shoot. Acting like a straight, like, no. People just need to learn how to act, male or female. Y'all just need to learn how to act. But that was very important. And then also in that scene as well, Tiff talks about how she was having, I forget what it was, like aches and pain or something, and the doctors were not listening to her, and it turned out she had a blood clot during delivery. And it's like, see? And then Issa also took the time to be like, yes, doctors need to start listening to Black women. Our pain is legit. Rest in peace to Kimberly Porter, because that definitely, I feel like there was negligence involved, you know, because she was going to the doctors during that time, as I remember. So, and they also mentioned Serena Williams, like, people with money, Black women with money are even not being listened to by doctors, being neglected by the medical institution. So that is an issue that needs to be addressed. I remember I had some grimy doctors. I had one, I went in to go get STD checked, and I already told her it's because I thought the dude I was intimate wasn't faithful or wasn't, you know, on his P's and Q's. And then she's like, basically, oh, maybe you should stop having sex. Like, slut shaming me or something. Or, you know, like, that I should find a boyfriend and then we have sex or whatever it may be. Like, I'm different now and I have videos on my abstinence journey. But don't tell me, all right, if this pussy wants to pop severely, it will pop severely. Like, hello? We're not slut shaming. We're not doing any of that. So doctors need to be way more respectful to Black women and listen, all right? Because I know me, I won't say anything. I am a hypochondriac, so it's not helping the point. But when it comes to serious issues like that, like, y'all need to listen. And just overall, Black women's pain is legitimate. We are not, yes, we have to put on a face and be strong all the time, but we are not bulletproof. Ooh. I wish we were, but we're not, unfortunately. So let's not do that. All right. So next, so yeah, we have Schoolboy Q dropping out before the block party, and Condola is not answering. And I think that's why Lawrence wanted to talk to Issa while he pulled her out, and had Molly thinking that Issa was, you know, being a little fast. But, you know, Issa was like, oh yeah, something Condola. And then Lawrence is like, oh yeah, I wanted to talk to you, or that's the reason why I want to talk to you. And then Issa gets the call. So we don't know now, but we'll probably find out in episode 5 what is going on with Condola, because she left Issa on red. Even if Issa's little Bitmoji icon was left on red, like, dang, that hurts. Don't leave me on double red, double seen when I sent you my little Bitmoji. She's vulnerable, you know. She's all the aspects of me that I want to reveal to heal. All right, she's vulnerable. Don't leave her on red, because she could get crazy. So don't, no. Okay. Enough about me and my Bitmoji and anger issues, but Condola, you know, and based on the last episode too, Issa, like, responding immediately, Lawrence responding, they're both smiling, like, they're definitely gonna get it on this season. And that's probably why we see Condola drifting away too, because it's gonna make it easier for Issa to be messy, you know, if that friendship isn't a top priority. It's just like, okay, well, you're not really messing with me anyways. I still got feelings for my ex. I built this dude into the man that he is today, and you are reaping the benefits, the reward for all of my hard work. So you know what? Girl? If you don't want to be friends, if you want to put yourself out of the picture, then you can go. And I will take my man back. Hello, baby. Let me get on it. Do it. My pony, not the lyrics. That's okay. Just write it if you're on it. Why did I pour so much? Nobody knows. Oh, man. This is a lot. Okay, so we're already at 13 minutes. So let's see if there are any other points. I took notes because obviously I am highly intoxicated and this is not going great. I mean, I'm having a ball. I'm having a ball, darling. I'm not sure about you. I'm not sure about you, but over here we are good. Cheers, libations, all of that. It's a beautiful thing. We're good. We're great. Thank you. Okay. Did I mention how Molly was, Issa called Molly to ask if Asian Bae could help with something. That's what I wanted to talk about. How Molly didn't ask Asian Bae for help. But, Issa called her and she told her that Schoolboy Q fell through, and Molly was like, what did you do? Well, did you try this? Are you sure it wasn't something that you did to where you negated the contract, you voided the contract, and that's why he dropped out? Like, dang, your friend is asking you for help. And you're just making it so much worse. Like, yes, it's a legitimate question to ask. Did you do anything to void this contract? But outside of that, like, you're just doing all the extras. Like, you have turned into a mean girl. I'm about to drop my glass, but you are like a mean girl. Like, calm down. We don't want none of that. We do not want none of that. Check your attitude at the door. And so, you know, for me, if I had a boo and he had connections, and if my friend asked, like, I would have, so I wouldn't flat out ask, you know, him for that favor, but Molly didn't even talk to him about it. And for me, if it was my best friend and she was spending so much time putting all her effort into throwing this block party and her headliner drops out, like, yeah, the type of friend, I'm writing for you. Actually, like, we can have that conversation after, but just, like, on that, like, we will figure it out. Andrew, like, if I pop this pussy for you tonight, okay, like, Ari, of course I'm asking. Like, that is crazy. And it's just like giving Issa shit for not doing shit. Giving Issa shit for trying to do shit and not showing up to shit. Giving Issa shit. Like, damn, get off her nuts. Help your friend. She's trying to do something. Please be supportive. But, you know, at a high level, if it wasn't like something as major, but my dude had some type of opportunity and we're like seriously seeing each other, like maybe if we're not like serious, no, but I was just like, babe, because I feel like in a relationship, like, what, she wants to keep her relationship and work separate, but she wanted him to get all deep and stuff, and like, obviously, like, your schedules are conflicting with that, so it's just like, work is already intertwined. It's already intertwined. But, you know, I just like, would you be comfortable, you know, with this if, you know, my friend needed a favor and I asked you, you know, there's compensation needed, you know, for the services, or, you know, do you feel comfortable leveraging that? And I would have been, you know, forward with her. And like, Issa is a little bit of a mess sometimes. Like, you know, I'm not sure why this contract fell through, but, you know, if we figure it out or something, you know, would you be comfortable? But again, there is a risk because, you know, I'm not sure of the quality of her work. But, you know, it's on a case by case. Like, if I knew my friend was about her shit and, you know, wouldn't mess up that relationship, then I would ask, and I would leave it up to my significant other and, you know, just be completely like, whatever you're comfortable with, I'm comfortable with. If you're not comfortable with me asking, like, I won't. But if it's emergency, I would love if you'd be open to, you know, if it's a close friend, not for everyone, but, you know, like a close friend, or even for myself, depending on what it was. But, you know, that's just open communication. I want to have open communication. I don't like leaving things open where I didn't even try, you know? You might close mouths. Let me tell you, do not see vin. Closed mouths ain't sipping on no wine. Closed mouths are not sipping on no wine. Okay? So you gotta speak up. You have to have these conversations. Don't leave any room for assumptions. We don't want to do that. We don't want to leave any room for remorse. We don't want to do that. None of it. So just ask. Communicate. At least ask the question for your best friend who is putting her heart and soul into an event that might get canceled because she doesn't have a headliner. That's not easy to like host an event. It's like, hey, the main attraction isn't here, but still show up. Like, that's some pretty serious stuff. But this review is getting long, and at this point, I'm just talking just to talk. So we're going to see what happens next episode. But there are a lot of topics in here, good to spread awareness, definitely about Black women and not being taken our pain not being taken seriously in hospitals. And then also him talking about, I had to realize that I had a daughter first, that everybody is someone's daughter and they deserve to be treated with respect. Treat women with respect from jumps. No in ands or buts about it. We don't want to hear it. All right. And that's the note that I'm going to leave on. Click like, share, and subscribe. Please click like, share, and subscribe. Please click like, share, and subscribe. Please. And click like, share, and subscribe. Please. Thank you.